paniguradong pukpukan na naman to at pares na naman po kaming undefeated ng kalaban ko. Kaya ang masasabi ko lang po, isang magandang laban na naman to para sa karir namin dalawa.
Gusto ko nang matukan talaga harap-harapan.
Focus lang, maging kalmado sa laban, then utak sa laro.
Tuloy-tuloy yung aksyon dito sa San Juan City Gymnasium in San Juan City. And up next is this fight for the vacant Games and Amusements Board Philippine Youth Bantamweight Championship. Mga kasangga, mga kaibigan, mga kaboksing, dito po sa San Juan City, all enjoying the action on Manny Pacquiao presents Blow by Blow in partnership with San Miguel Beer. And yes, it's going to be a good one. We are scheduled for 10. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Blow by Blow MP. And of course, huwag niyong kalilimutan, we are on Cignal TV 1 Sports Channel 41 every Sunday at 8:30 p.m. And our rules of engagement, no 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Only the referee can stop the fight, and a fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. And our fight will be between Llover, the lover boy, versus James Pagaling, Dynamite ang tawag po sa kanya. And this is, as we mentioned, for the vacant Philippine Youth Bantamweight Championship 118-pound limit. Our tail of the tape, both fighters are 5'6". The reach, 1-inch advantage for Pagaling. Southpaw si Llover, galing General Trias, Cavite. At si Pagaling naman, galing Claveria, Misamis Oriental. Both these fighters are unbeaten. So this is going to be a showdown to determine sino ba ang talagang mas magaling sa kanila to win the vacant Philippine Youth Bantamweight Championship. Llover versus Pagaling. Ito na po ang ating ring announcer, Bobby Mondehar, for the intros.
Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Pacquiao presents Blow by Blow here at San Juan Gymnasium, San Juan City, Metro Manila, in partnership with San Miguel Beer, in coordination with Mayor Francisco Javier M. Zamora. All professional boxing bouts are under the regulations and supervision of the Games and Amusements Board. GAB Chairman, Attorney Richard Clarin, Commissioner Sherwin Bugarin, Chief of Boxing and Other Contact Sports, Miss Jackie Lou Ornido. Ringside Physicians, Dr. Jose Rolando Rivera, Dr. Gabriel Cabatan. Timekeeper, Romulo Santiago Kim Dangan. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing, coming up into the ring, James Pagaling. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the fighter coming into the ring, Kenneth Llover. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is for the vacant GAB Philippine Youth Bantamweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue trunks. He weighed in at 115.5 pounds. He has a record of 8 wins, no loss. 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Marvan Boxing Stable, Cagayan de Oro City. Ladies and gentlemen, James Pagaling. Pagaling. Right across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 115 pounds. He has a record of 9 wins, no loss. 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Peñalosa Boxing Stable, Libis, Quezon City. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenneth Llover. Llover. Judges at ringside, Hilco, Greg Ortega, Antonio Comia. Third man in the ring, referee Alfie Hocoso. This will be 10 rounds of professional boxing.
James. Kenneth. Okay, I already gave your instructions in your dressing room. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck.
Ito na mga ka-boxing, magkakaalaman na. Llover, ang tawag sa kanya, the Lover Boy. At si James Pagaling, ang tawag naman sa kanya, Dynamite. This is for the vacant Gab Philippine Youth Bantamweight Championship. Pareho po silang walang talo. Llover 9-0 ang record niya with 6 knockouts. This guy is a knockout puncher. Pagaling 8-0 with 5 knockouts. Si Pagaling po turned pro back in 2019. Oh, malakas yun. 5 times lumabang si Pagaling in 2022. So, insayado to. First time that he's fighting in Luzon. Si Kenneth Llover naman turned pro in 2020. 4 times lumaban ng 2022. 2 times lumaban ng 2023. This guy is a very active performer just like Pagaling.
Ingat sa pa, ingat sa pa.
Kenneth Llover, kaliwete po siya. You see him with the red-colored gloves. At si Pagaling naman wearing the black or blue gloves. It's going to be a good one. We are scheduled for 10. Llover, hands held up high. Maraming dalang pala si Llover dito. Every time he throws a punch, there's a roar from the crowd. He appears to be the favorite. Kenneth Llover. Oho, ito na. Umatake agad si Llover. Pagaling taking a lot of punishment, but he's holding on. Here comes Llover. He's looking for the kill. He's looking for the early knockout. Oh, another big left hand coming from Llover. He's penetrating the defense of Pagaling. Uppercut coming from Pagaling. Hands held high by Kenneth Llover, and then slipping away from harm's way is Kenneth Llover. Didn't want to be trapped in a corner. Left hand scored by Llover. Pagaling has to fight through the crowd noise.
Break! Step back! Box! Pakinggan yung bell na yan, ha? Pakinggan yung bell na yan. taas, time!
And that's it. Round number 1 in the books. And that I thought was a big round for Kenneth Llover. And Pagaling going back to his corner, shaking his head. Llover is now sitting down. Someone forgot to bring out the stool for Pagaling. He's still standing up. Nasaan yung stool ni Pagaling? Nakalimutan yata. Here's a punch of the round. And that was a big left hand coming from Llover. And then going straight in for the kill. Dumapensa naman si Pagaling. That was a punch of the round brought to you by San Miguel Beer. Nandiyan na yung upuan ni Pagaling. Buti naman, someone remembered. Yan po si James Pagaling on your screens. Yan naman po si Kenneth Llover, the crowd favorite. I thought that first round very clearly went to Llover. He put Pagaling on the defensive, kagad. Some big shots connected by Kenneth Llover. Right jab. And that was a scoring blow, no doubt about it. Pagaling cannot afford to be intimidated. And if he has to win this fight convincingly, he's got to put pressure. Pasukin niya si Llover. Silence the crowd. Oh, big punch. That right jab connecting. And that's a stinging blow galing kay Llover. You see the contrasting styles. The left hand connected by Llover from close distance. And then from long distance, another left hand. Another left coming from Llover. Pagaling trying to cover some ground. Hindi niya matimingan eh. We're talking about Pagaling. Eh yung kanan na jab ni Llover is a very tough blow to fend off. Tapos meron pa siyang kaliwa. Two-fisted fighter si Kenneth Llover, but he fights out of that right jab. He's found the distance, no doubt about it. And throwing that right cross was Kenneth Llover, and then the left straight. Paiba-ibang lead punch ni Kenneth Llover, being very unpredictable. Hindi malaman ni Pagaling kung saan magagaling yung mga suntok ni Llover. Kanan ba o kaliwa? Now he's putting the pressure on Llover. Llover fighting back from against the ropes. Pagaling's got to go to the body. He's got to slow down Llover. Umiwas doon si Llover, moving away. James Pagaling, the right-handed boxer.
Tasuntok, tasuntok. Ulo.
May ulo, pero wala naman damage.
Okay, box.
Chineka agad ni referee Hokosol.
Ingat sa ulo, ha?
Ingat sa ulo, sabi ni referee Hokosol. Oho! Right hand connected there by Llover.
Last 10
That
seconds.
blocked Pagaling.
Pakinggan niyo yung Belena.
Oh, another right hand connected by Llover.
10 seconds, pakinggan time!
And that's the end of round number 2. Looking very confident is Llover. And Jonathan Peñalosa in his corner. Llover. So far, so good para sa kanya. And James Pagaling, he's got a long way to go to recover. Ito, makita natin mo. Beautiful right hand connected by Llover. Klarong-klaro yun. That was a clean shot. Pero hindi niya sinundan. He just looked at his opponent and admired what he did to Pagaling. Sayang na sayang yung pagkakataon. Once you shoot that right lead and you connect solidly, you've got to follow it up with that left. Or double it up with the right. Llover just sitting back to admire his handiwork. And you can't do that. Sayang yung pagkakataon. Round number 3.
Okay, timing.
Been a good one.
Box.
Ito, referee Hokosol saying, let's go, let's get it on. Llover, narinig natin from the crowd, let's go, Caviteño. Si Loverboy is from General Trias, Cavite. At si Pagaling naman from Claveria, Misamis Oriental. So far, ang moniker po ni Pagaling is Dynamite. Eh, hindi pa natin nakikita yung Dynamite exploding in this fight. Connection there by Pagaling, a right hand that went through the defense in Llover, and now he's on the attack. He's got to move closer to find his range. I think he might have hurt Llover. It was a big right hand that connected. Solid yun. Pagaling has to be aggressive now. He lost the first 2 rounds. He's got to gain some ground. He connected with a big right hand. Llover is fighting defensively. Naramdaman yun ni Llover, that's for sure. Now you don't see Llover as active, but it looks like he's regained his wits. Looks like naka-recover na si Llover.
Break.
Less than a minute to go in this round. But Pagaling has to show a little bit more para makuha niya itong round. He's lost the first 2. Gotta be more aggressive. Hinihintay niya si Pagaling, si Llover from long distance. And Pagaling is not really on the attack. He's waiting too long for the timing to come his way. Nandun siya sa harap ni Llover pero hindi siya sumusuntok. He's waiting for Llover to make his first move. And then he'll counter. But at this point, he's got to be more
Last
aggressive.
10 seconds. Painggan yung bell, ha? Painggan niya yung bell na yan. Last 10 seconds. Painggan niya yung bell na yan.
And that's the end of the round. Round number 3. Now in history. A punch of the round. Palagay ko makikita natin yung suntok ni Yun. Yung suntok ni
Round 4, ha?
Pagaling. And that certainly rocked Llover. That sent him back to his
Pagsabi 2
heels.
seconds, labas na agad, ha?
That right hand galing kay James Pagaling. Pagaling being attended to by Joel Escol, ang kanyang cornerman.
Seconds out.
Kenneth Llover. The lover boy ang tawag sa kanya.
Box.
Round number 4. That previous round might have gone to Pagaling on the strength of that one big right hand that he connected to the face of Llover. Llover now moving around. Not as aggressive as he was in the first 2 rounds. Palagay ko nakatikim na din si Llover ng lakas ng suntok ni Pagaling in the previous round. And he's fighting a little more cautiously in this round. But he can't afford to do that. That'll open up the door for Pagaling to gain confidence. Llover has to shoot that right hand. That's the right jab that was jarring.
Break. Step back. Ready. Box.
And you notice that Llover is now leading off with the left hand instead of the right jab. Pagaling, ito yung sinasabi natin that he should apply pressure and be more aggressive. He's doing that right now. Left hand coming from Llover. And again, drawing the roar of the pro Llover. Oh! Groggy si Pagaling. He got hit by Llover. He might have lost his footing a little bit off balance also. Akala ko pabagsak na si James Pagaling. But he might have just been a little off balance. Shots to the body by both these fighters.
Back. Box.
Oh, what a shot! Left hand, and Pagaling is down, and he's gone. He's out. Oh boy, one punch. Pagaling is out cold. He's got to be attended to. The Gab doctors have to come in. They've got to check on Pagaling. What a punch coming from Kenneth Llover. He is the new Gab Philippine Youth Bantamweight champion. But before anything else, you've got to come to the aid of Pagaling. He's still down on the canvas. There's oxygen now being administered. He's breathing heavily. It was one shot. An amazing performance by the lover boy. And the Gab officials are working on Pagaling just to make sure that he's fine. I don't know if there will be a need for a stretcher, but let's check out what happened here. That punch of the round, one punch. Makita natin ang opening. Sabay, sapul na sapul yun. You watch it here. The opening will come up. Yun. Just when the right hand of Pagaling went down, nakita ni Llover. And, you know, we noticed that Llover abandoned his right jab. From different angle, we saw that just one punch, getting the job done. Hindi na niya ginamit yung kanyang right jab. He went to his left, and he wanted that knockout. That was a punch of the round. So now they've brought out the stretcher for James Pagaling. Let's hope he's okay. Let's hope he doesn't need hospitalization. But definitely there was a concussion caused by that punch to the head. Now he's moving. They've taken out his shoes. They're going to bring him onto the stretcher. And we can't see exactly whether his eyes are open or not. But the Gab doctors are there, looking at him, making sure that he's fine. Dr. Jose Rolando Rivera and Dr. Gabriel Cabatan. Now they're taking off the bandages from his hands, but he's still laying still. And it's important that you not move a fallen fighter and give him abrupt movement. So they're going to slowly put him on a stretcher. There's a look of concern on the face of Kenneth Llover after scoring that sensational knockout with one punch. Kenneth Llover improving his record to 10-0 with 7 knockouts. 3 of those knockouts inside 2 rounds. There's blood on the mouth of James Pagaling. He took that punch squarely on the mouth. And he's being strapped, so he's immobilized. And for sure, there will be a recommendation from the GAP doctors whether he be brought to the hospital for a checkup, for examination, for analysis. His right hand is upright. So there's body movement. It's not that he's paralyzed. They just want to immobilize him so as not to have any dramatic movement in his body. He's being brought out. For sure, they'll bring him to the hospital. The San Juan Medical Center is right by the San Juan Gymnasium. There's a look of grief on the face of our friends here at ringside. You don't want something like this to happen naturally, but it's sports. And Kenneth Llover has scored a sensational victory. The championship belt will be awarded, but we still have to get the official time from the ring announcer, Bobby Mondejar. There's got to be the official announcement of the winner. Let's get the official time and the declaration of the winner. Miss Marife Barrera of MP Promotions. Here we go.
The time, 2 minutes and 57 seconds in the 4th round. Winner by knockout. And the new GAB Philippine Youth Bantamweight Champion, Kenneth Llover.
And there it is, the official announcement. Kenneth Llover is the new GAB Philippine Youth Bantamweight Champion. A sensational 4th round knockout with 1 punch at 2:57 of the 4th frame. And Kenneth Llover, as we mentioned earlier, has improved this record to 9-0 with 6 knockouts. Kenneth Llover has won the championship, and we're all hoping that James Pagaling is not in serious condition. He will be attended to by doctors in the hospital, and we're keeping our fingers crossed that he recovers from this defeat to Kenneth Llover. And he certainly has gained a reputation as a big-time puncher inside the ring. Ito po mga highlights ng laban that just ended. Kenneth Llover against James Pagaling, and in the 1st round, a lot of action. Llover was constantly on the attack and putting a lot of pressure on Pagaling. And in round number 2, it was more of the same. That right hand delivering the goods for Kenneth Llover. But you know, this guy's a two-fisted fighter. He's got power in both hands, and he certainly knows how to set up his power shots. In round number 3, bumalik ng bahagya si James Pagaling. Pagaling scoring with that right hand, and that caught the attention of Llover, sending him back and triggering that attack on the part of Pagaling. Then in the fateful round number 4, here we go. Pagbaba ng kan na kamay ni Pagaling, pumasok yung kaliwa ni Kenneth Llover. You watch it here. Perfectly timed. And then the head bouncing off the canvas, and that whiplash certainly would cause some concussion apart from the punch that ended the fight. And Kenneth Llover, in jubilation after that victory in the 4th round to win the championship. Kenneth Llover over James Pagaling on a 4th round knockout to win the vacant Games and Amusements Board Philippine Youth Bantamweight Championship.